watching ZNS TV 13, the People Station.
A demonstration in the industrial park area, a legend in the film industry to be honored tonight, and students at a local high school considering possible future careers.
Newsnight 13 at 6:30 starts now.
Good evening all, I'm Shashina Roll and welcome to Newsnight 13 for this Friday, October 28th, 2011. It is good as always to have you with us. Topping news, employees of Quality Services staged a lunchtime protest today outside the gates of the company. The employees and their union leader are accusing management of unfairly targeting Bahamian workers. Natalie Martinborough has the story.
Tonight's Facebook story of the night is brought to you by Sky Bahamas.
The employees took to the picket line around noon on Friday, carrying placards and blocking the entrance to Quality Services. As a result of the lunchtime demonstration, vehicles not allowed to enter or leave the gate and police officers were called in. Union leader Lionel Morley is accusing management of union-busting tactics. According to Morley, management terminated Bahamian workers while expatriate workers involved in the same infractions are still on the job.
You cannot discriminate one way or the other. If you say this is the rules, then the rules must be consistent. It cannot apply one way. Okay, you cannot allow an Indian to use the phone in Baco, and when they run him off the property, then you keep him hired in the workshop at Quality. Voices of Bahamian, you take him and run him out of the gate. I'm saying make sure the rules apply equitably, and then the union will support you in some of your efforts to make sure people understand that there's prevailing laws, rules, and guidelines and policies that people should follow. But you cannot tell me that the people at Statoil find 3 or 4 year workers with drugs, and the only person that remains standing is the person with the curly hair and the blonde.
Morley claims that management is targeting Bahamians who are members of the union. He says the union has reached out and is prepared to work with management, but he is adamant that management doesn't appear to be willing to work with the union.
He is simply saying to them today, if it is that we have to shut down this company by parking some bus and tractors and trailers from these companies to the point, the people that do business with them, including Statoil and Baco, we try to be sensible about it, we try to be reasonable about it, but sometimes vigilante justice seems to be the only thing they adhere to, and so we really have been trying with this company. We're trying to use diplomacy. We've been trying to follow every letter of the law. We've been trying to do what is necessary to make sure that our union is seen as one that is conciliatory and reasonable. But at the end of the day, whilst we are doing that, you have our members getting terminated. We're pretty close. Management know it more than you. Okay, and so they will do anything to frustrate us and to try to intimidate us.
Morley told union members that they must stay the course and continue to fight against what he calls unfair treatment of Bahamian workers. Natalie Martinborough, ZNS News.
Now, we were unable to reach an executive of Quality Services for an official comment on these allegations. Now to our Facebook question, what role do you think the Ministry of Labor should play in investigating such allegations? We welcome your feedback. Grand Bahama is in the spotlight this week as scores of actors and film producers are on island taking part in the Fort Lauderdale International Film Festival. Many believe Grand Bahama can reap huge benefits from hosting such an event. Today, local film producers took part in a training workshop. It's on Bahamian film producer Kareem Mortimer's experience in the industry since he started out some 5 years ago. So far, Mortimer has accomplished 3 feature documentaries and 2 films. He says growing up, there were never any local mentors in the filmmaking industry, and this is why he hopes to inspire all who have a knack for the film business.
I grew up in the way that I grew up and want to tell the stories that I want to tell, and I hope by sharing my story, I can just give them some encouragement to continue on their path.
Mortimer is already making a name for himself on the international level.
You may have heard of my film Children of God. My Children of God is currently on Showtime, and it had a theatrical release in New York and in Miami, and it's in 13 countries now, and so we're just hoping for the best for that film, and we've won 17 awards for that film. So yeah, so we just really love that, our team, we really put a lot of work into that, and I've also produced a film that showed here. I co-directed a film called Windjammers that showed in Freeport maybe in January, but I haven't showed a lot of my work in Freeport. I'd like to do that. So you'll need to invite me.
He admits that filmmaking has its share of challenges.
I find filmmaking challenging, but I think it's challenging everywhere that you go in the world. I've had an opportunity to go to a lot of film festivals with my own films, and that's just the cry around the world.
But despite all odds, he says he is passionate about the filmmaking business.
I'm able to tell Bahamian stories and watching those stories go out into the world and being representing the Bahamas that I know, and that's been really wonderful, and to see and to, you know, one of my films premiered in Italy about a year ago, and some people hadn't even heard of the Bahamas, and so it's really wonderful that's really wonderful to me, because I never imagined that all of this was. I knew it was possible, but I never imagined how it would feel, and it feels really incredible.
That we know more not only about our media community.
Well, the highlight of the Fort Lauderdale Film Festival will come tonight with an award ceremony in honor of Dr. Dennis Haysbert at Canal House in Lucaya. Our Megan Shepard spoke with the honoree, who says he is grateful for being singled out for such a recognition.
He is best known for his role in TV's The Unit and 24. He also starred in films such as Love and Basketball, Waiting to Exhale, Major League, Absolute Power, and numerous others. He has been nominated for and won several awards, but tonight, actor Dennis Haysbert will be honored by the Fort Lauderdale International Film Festival here on Grand Bahama.
It feels great. You know, it's great to have a career that people want to honor. You know, when I set out to do this, I wasn't setting out to do it, for honors. I just love the work, and I love the craft of acting, and now producing and directing. So I just want to continue doing it.
Haysbert says he's excited to be here and is looking forward to a fun-filled weekend of movie screenings, meeting filmmakers, and playing some golf. Haysbert adds that he has had a very fulfilling career and shares what's next for him. He says he's now pursuing a career behind the camera.
I have The Details coming out with Laura Linney and Tobey Maguire, and I'm in negotiation for another pilot and series, hopefully, and it'll be along the lines of The Unit, but a little bit more domestic and homespun. And I just have some other projects in the loop, but can't really talk about them yet. I have some projects that I'm developing, and and looking for financing, and I'll find it, and we'll get them done, and it's going to be wonderful.
Haysbert, who is no stranger to the Bahamas, shares what keeps him coming back.
One, the people, the weather, the golf, the snorkeling, the dolphins, everything. It's just a wonderful place to be.
Megan Shepard, ZNS News.
Last night, participants in the Flip workshop, along with members of the public, enjoyed a free showing of the movie Beneath the Blue on Tino Beach. The movie includes several scenes that were filmed on Grand Bahama. Prior to the showing, moviegoers heard a special message from actor Sir Sidney Poitier. A number of actors, producers, and filmmakers are on Grand Bahama for the weekend workshop. The event will host screenings, workshops, and parties for the guests. But according to two producers, the journey here was not easy.
Well, it was a lot of fun, first of all, but it was also a lot of work because we had limited resources as an independent film, and it was shot over the period of about 13, 14 months, and I was involved, as I said, in not only as an actor but in in pre-production and very much so in post-production.
The budget was all travel, I'm sorry to say. We worked on a shoestring, but as far as travel went, because we filmed this pageant in 3 different countries, Papua New Guinea, Fiji, and the United States, we were flying all over the place. And so I think the budget came up to about $60,000 to $70,000.
The producers added that they are excited to be here on Grand Bahama and are looking forward to viewing the works of their pairs.
It's nice to begin to experience some sort of recognition for a lot of hard work over a long period of time. Just happy to get in the festival, to be honest with you. So I don't know, if we win something, that'll be nice, but if not, it's just great to be down here and be around filmmakers who appreciate other filmmakers.
I'm really detached from competition. As I said, I just, hope that people will take the message home with them.
Some communities in the Freeport area are reporting an increase in housebreakings, and while police have made some progress in cracking some housebreaking rings, some areas are still being targeted. Safeguarding your home is one way to prevent a possible attack, and as Shakara Russell reports, the type of locks used could make the difference.
According to law enforcement officers and local locksmiths, strong locks are an important device that can be a deterrent to burglary. Expert at a local hardware store, Dayton Moxie, says when picking a lock or securing a door, some consumers hardly ever take lock security into consideration. He says pricing and strength of the lock is definitely a factor.
If they pick one without key inside, they pick the wrong one. So if they see that there are no keys in it, they can have to come back and replace it with one with keys inside it. They are very secured. I mean, the day burglars, they just expect the easy way to get inside the house.
Moxie says door jamb reinforcement kits and other lock accessories can make a huge difference as well.
I have a type of latch protector what could keep their doors safe from burglars, from picking the lock. We have a particular metal where if the door have a split but from down the middle of the door, this is the door enforcer. They call it door enforcer. Why they call it a door enforcer? Because when the door have a split, they put this over the door and the hole and make it like a new door.
The deadbolt lock effectively fastens the door into its frame. Moxie highly recommends this type of lock as opposed to spring latch bolts or single-cylinder locks.
The double cylinder cannot be picked because it have key on both sides. The burglar will have to do all sorts of things to get to open this double cylinder. They can use hammer, kick the door in, and they won't still don't get in.
While Moxie says it is important for residents to remember that no lock is 100% guaranteed to deter or keep out intruders, he says this lock, which is his top pick, is essentially pry-proof.
Whenever you go in and when you come out, the door locked behind you. And when you go in, you have to need a key in order to open this lock and to get in your house. And if you lost the key, you cannot get inside because you already locked the key on the inside. So whenever this could use for office room, front door room, or indoor room.
Shakara Russell, ZNS News.
Stay with us, Newsnight 13, back in a moment.